Dear friends, fellow Singaporean, my name is Alex Yam. I sit here today with a great sense of honour as well as with some trepidation as well, because I know the great sense of responsibility if I should be elected as a Member of Parliament for the People's Action Party. I am thankful for the opportunity to step forward as a candidate to make my own small contribution towards this momentous task of nation building. I have been particularly spurred on to serve by three different groups of older Singaporeans that I've encountered over the many years that I've been in the community. The first was when I was still a student. That was when I started my volunteer work. And I met an elderly Singaporean, an old gentleman, in a home somewhere in Toh Drive. I remember that day quite vividly because I spent about 2 hours with him, and he spent the entire 2 hours lecturing me. From him, in that 2 short hours, I learned from him the importance of looking after older Singaporeans, of the need to honour their contributions and to make sure that they continue to have a place in Singapore, which they have contributed much to build up to what it is today. The second is a 80-year-old lady whom I had the privilege to serve at one of our Meet the People session. She came in with a request. Her husband had passed away. She had no children of her own and no other family to depend on. And instinctively, I offered her some of our schemes for financial assistance. But what struck me was she said, "No, I don't want any of your financial assistance. I'm still able, I'm fit. I want you to help me to find a job so that I'll be able to support myself and feel useful." From her, I've learned the importance of fortitude, of self-reliance. I know at the end of the day, she did agree to take some of our financial assistance, and we did try to help her to find a job as well. So I'm quite happy that she's been able to live the next few years of her life able to support herself. The last, my grandmothers, my parents, and all the senior grassroots leaders that I've worked with over the past 10 years that I've had the privilege to serve with at the grassroots. Many of them have given very much the best of their years dedicated to the community. I remember the first event at Buona Vista was a Lantern Festival, and we were required to put up some banners as well as lanterns. And I saw one of my fellow grassroots leaders, 60-year-old gentleman, climbing up almost 3 stories just to put it up. And I wondered to myself, as a new grassroots volunteer at that time, for someone who's not paid, who's someone who's doing this very much day in, day out for the past 30 years, what is it that drives him to want to give his best to the community, to make sure that all the events and all the schemes that we put up are to the benefit of our residents? I've also spent the last 5 years working in the labour movement. I currently oversee leadership development for our younger union leaders. And over these 5 years, I've had the opportunity to interact with many young union leaders and also gain an understanding of some of the day-to-day challenges that they face at their workplace, as well as to earn a living. And this has driven me to give my utmost to help make Singapore possibly a much more fitting home for everybody. I've also been serving in the CDAC, the Chinese Development Assistance Council, since 2010. As a member of the Student Education and Development Committee, I've had the opportunity as well to learn from many of my Qianpei, my seniors from the education sector. And seeing the many students that have benefited from our many schemes has heightened my belief that education still lies at the core of a thriving nation. As one of the younger candidates, I'm the second youngest, there are bound to be perceptions that I may be youth-centric, or I may not be able to relate well with older Singaporeans or to represent their interests. I must say that I cannot hide my age. Compared to a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old or 50-year-old, I would have less life experience. But I would say that even when I'm 50 or I'm 60, I would still be in the process of gaining experience. The past 10 years as a grassroots volunteer has given me great learning opportunities to be able to share with senior grassroots leaders and to gain from their experience as well. Every resident that I've met has an inspiring story to tell, and every senior grassroots leader, every veteran has a battle scar to show. As such, I hope what I can offer is a willingness to learn, to listen, and to serve to the best of my ability. Being a younger candidate wouldn't mean that I'm just representing the young, but all Singaporeans, regardless of age, language, or background. Through education, hard work, and determination, Singapore has progressed over the past 45 years to where it is today. And therefore, I seek the support of all fellow Singaporeans so that together we can help to make Singapore a better place for all. Thank you. Right now, I'll just say a few words in Mandarin. 各位朋友，大家下午好，我是任志明。在基层服务的10年里，我见证了人民行动党为我很多贫困的家庭所带来的帮助与资助，在他们的生活里做了改善，在他们的生命里带来了一线的曙光。我非常珍惜这10年来所吸取的这些经验，也非常感激许多与我并肩为人民服务的很多资深的基层领袖所与我分享了他们的经历。虽然我今年只有30岁，但是我会继续不断的日切学习，日心聆听，日心服务，也希望大家一起携手同行，创造一个更美好的未来。在此恳请大家给予我与我同党的候选人你们的大力支持，让我们坚持一个廉洁能干的好政府，为民服务，不怕苦。谢谢大家。